So you sit out and move away from your duty as an American citizen.
Welcome to Washington, Congresswoman.
Oh, man.
Well, you better get used to this, because we're going to be bashing this woman for a long time to come. This will not be the last time.
Her entire life story, and I understand you don't like her. I can comb through Ken Paxton's life story and tell you how much I don't like him.
Lindsay, I don't like him either.
What I see her actually running on, because she was a private citizen, saying all these things, joining Columbia University to protest, writing things on Twitter in her 20s. She was a private citizen doing things that I do not align with. When I told you about abolish the police and you and I talked about it, I told you it was a direct response to the murder of George Floyd, and people were very upset. And what they actually were trying to articulate down the line was to have more community policing in communities. She said she went ahead and said she wants no police ever to come when you call them whatever. I disagree with that. She said she believes in a two-state solution. She said that she's supporting the rights of Palestinians. She feels we're getting clobbered by the response to the Hamas attacks.
Black women get with white women.
Okay, I cannot stay. I'm not her manager, her spokesperson. I can't tell you about why this woman, who's a Dominican woman, cares about interracial relationships, particularly with black and white people. But I can tell you that she's running on a campaign that's going to fix housing. This is what I can tell you that she's running on.
Her actual statements are, you want to eradicate Western civilization.
No, she wants affordable housing and tenant protections. That's what she's actually running.
And to eradicate Western civilization.
No, okay, that's not implementable. So she wants tenant protections and affordable housing.
I hope not.
Okay? And she also talked about, and because people have constantly asked her more than the affordable housing agenda or tenant protections that she literally wants to accomplish first thing when she gets in the office, people have asked her specifically about these old tweets and protesting, and she talks about personal growth and how she said things back then. She would rephrase how she's trying to say stuff, but she still stands alongside Palestinians having a space that they can call their own without feeling they're under attack as well. She understands that October 7th was a terrorist attack, and she also understands...
wrote a eulogy for Yahya Sinwar.
But is she the representative of the entire group?
Osama bin Laden.
I don't get it. Did she create the group? Did she literally...
She was a co-organizer of the group, yes.
Okay, well, I don't know.
If I was in a group that did a eulogy for Osama bin Laden, I would disassociate from the group. Right?
And now that she's in public office, is she associated with the group?
Yeah, she has in no way taken back or contradicted any of her support for those things, nor has she really backed off some of her these other statements. I mean, she was asked 4 times by the New York Times people to say more words about there should be no borders and no enforcement of immigration whatsoever and no enforcement of crime whatsoever. This is not a literal quote.
Paraphrasing.
That's in my ideal world, but we don't live in my ideal world, so, that it won't be like that.
Right, because she's trying to get...
What she's basically saying is she's constrained from implementing what she wants to do.
Let's talk about what's at hand. Just like a lot of people in the Trump administration are constrained from fully enforcing what they want to do around immigration, which is completely get every single person out of this country. Exactly. So there's a lot of people who have these big ideas that are not implemented when you have a Congress make up the way that we do, and when you have a presidential system the way that we have it. The best implementation comes when people come together with ideas, talk to their constituents, and bring forth change that actually is somewhere in the middle of the radical ideas.
When they say things about, if they do say things about interracial relationships, it's usually front page news in the mainstream media, the bashing of them, how crazy they are, how racist they are, how extreme they are. The coverage of her, it's like that from conservative media that's critical of her, and I'm trying to shed some light on how radical she is. But I'm not seeing...
I saw a piece in the New York Times. I saw a piece in the New York Times. Breaking down who is Darializa, Avila,
and
Chevalier.
Bullet point 17 out of 20 is that, she had some interesting tweets. Go read them if you'd like.
They're not skipping over it, though.
Lindsay, this is
she literally just won an election. Don't you think that's the most relevant headline for today?
Extreme person to ever be elected to Congress, period. I think that is a travesty because she is so far outside the bounds of normal.
Outside the bounds of normal is Ken Paxton saying that he wants to get rid of the filibuster when most people in Congress don't want to get rid of the filibuster. And he literally said that's going to make his agenda because he wants to align with President Trump. That's outside the bounds of
a lot of Democrats want to get rid of the filibuster. They don't want to get rid of it to implement conservative policy, but they want to get rid of it to implement...
Yeah, and then you go down the line and it's going to flip-flop. So everybody who understands politics knows that if you get rid of this filibuster, it's going to hurt both sides. No, I'm saying there's people who go against what everybody else is wanting. So she can say that she wants to get rid of all police. It doesn't really matter. She's not going to get rid of all police.
But I hope he loses. I don't want him to win. I think he's a bad guy. I think he's personally corrupt. and should not be in Congress.
So you prefer James Tallarico then? You can say that on record.
I would not vote for either of them.
So you sit out and move away from your duty as an American citizen.
So the left can say that it is your civil duty as an American citizen to vote. They just choose not to when it fits their narrative.